Howdy, friends and family and folks on Facebook and the internet sphere, so to speak. I thought long and hard about putting a video or some kind of a message out there, but the short and skinny of it is this is a PSA, public service announcement. It's my soapbox lately, because I have stage 3 colon cancer. And so the message of this video is do not be the slacker. Do not slack on getting your colonoscopy. Had I gotten mine sooner, I wouldn't be in this situation. So quick background for folks that don't know, I am an identical twin, and my brother Kevin at the age of 50 had a colonoscopy, had multiple polyps. At the age of 53, he had another colonoscopy, multiple polyps, no cancer. And so he was bugging me to get my colonoscopy, and I was like, putting it off. Oh, I don't want to drink that stuff, yada, yada. So I did. And then January 12th, of 2024 this year, I got my colonoscopy. I had 8 polyps and a 2.5-inch size tumor. So number one, Kevin, thank you, for hounding me to do that. And I had 0 symptoms. I mean, life was great. I was just living my life. I didn't have any symptoms. So I get out of the colonoscopy. The doctor's like, yeah, you gotta, his exact words were, yeah, it's a mess in there. So anyway, that was January 12th. February 12th, they did a colectomy, and they took a foot of my colon that had the tumor in it. And I thought I was good. I thought, hey, they got the tumor. Pathology came back, and on the specimen that they removed, 2 of the 17 lymph nodes, the cancer had jumped from the colon to the lymph nodes. But that was on the specimen that they removed. I thought I was good. But the doctors were just like, yeah, it doesn't necessarily work like that. And so they recommended 6 months of chemo. I went down to VCU and got an opinion, and I'm glad I did. They recommended 3 months of chemo, and then they suggested that I start this clinical trial called ctDNA, which I signed up for. And in the clinical trial, they took they marked the DNA from the cancer tumor, and then they screened that against my blood. And it's called circulating tumor DNA screening, ctDNA. So part of the clinical trial was, if that test came back positive, there's 2 arms after that. It's either Capox or FOLFIRINOX, randomized. If it's negative, then it's either 3 months of Capox or no chemo at all. Super hopeful that it was going to be it would be a negative result, and that I wouldn't need chemo. So while we were waiting for those results from the ctDNA, my oncologist pretty much demanded that I go on a cycle of Capox, which is a 2-hour infusion. I've got a port, no big deal. There's no pain, no discomfort. And after the infusion, 2 weeks of pills called capecitabine. So today I just finished my 2-week cycle of the Capox chemo cycle. And then just the other day I found out that my ctDNA screening came back positive, which means I got some of those little bastards floating around in my blood. And they know that from the ctDNA scanning or the screening. I think the technology is incredible that they're looking at this stuff at the DNA level. So now I've got 6 months worth of chemo in front of me. It's the Capox. Fortunately, it was randomized, and I got randomized to Capox, which is the cycle I just finished. Totally manageable. After the infusion for 4 or 5 days, sensitivity to cold is really, really weird. It actually feels like I'm holding an electric cattle fence. It is electric when I touch anything cold. That's the worst of it. You know what I mean? So I can wear gloves when I go to the fridge or something like that. Everything else is manageable. Nothing a good night's sleep can't handle. And so it's business as usual. And so that's kind of the backdrop to it. So again, this is a PSA. I'm on my soapbox. If you're 50, I think it's actually now 45, if you have any history of colon cancer or even cancer, don't wait, just do it. The people that I've talked to, they just didn't want to drink this stuff. It's not bad anymore. Literally, you pour Miralax and Gatorade, and that's it. That's all you do. And then you sit on the toilet a couple times, and then you're all cleaned out. And then you go get your colonoscopy. And trust me, it's the best 20 minutes of sleep you'll ever have in your life. If you've had a colonoscopy, you know what I mean. If you haven't, again, don't slack. Go get your colonoscopy. But things are looking good. I feel awesome. I feel great. I feel 100%. Appreciate the prayers. I think the prayers may be more needed for folks that are really suffering. I'm not. Hopefully hopefully this doesn't take me there. So far it hasn't, because I have had zero symptoms of cancer. I didn't even know this thing was in me. And I feel great. So anyway, again, PSA, go get your colonoscopy.